Hello, anybody, and thanks for tuning in to Monday Morning Handicapping. This is a race forecast edition, and we're going to be taking a look at the Grade 2 Risen Star. Little agenda, we're going to go over the race details with track and race information, take a look at the pace scenario, the horses in the race, which ones are speed runners, which ones are kind of up near the front or stalking the pace, some of the horses that are mid-pack, and take a look and identify which ones are the closers. I'll give you my pick after that, the merits and rationale for my pick, contenders for exotics for people that like to play exactas, trifectas, and superfectas, and then ultimately how I might bet the race. So a couple of race details information. This is a grade 2. So grade 1 is the highest caliber of racing. This is a notch below that. It's a $500,000 purse for 3-year-old horses. This race is taking place at the Fairgrounds Racecourse in New Orleans, Louisiana. There are Derby points on the line. 50 points to first place, 25 to second, 15 to third, 10 to fourth, and 5 to fifth. And roughly, you're going to need about 50 points to get into the starting gate at the Kentucky Derby. So this is close to a win and you're in. It's not guaranteed, but you would be well on your way to whoever wins this race. This race is a distance of 1 mile and 1/8 or 9 furlongs on the dirt track. Remember, a furlong is an eighth of a mile, so 9/8 of a mile, that's a mile and an eighth. As of now, the weather, it shows there's a 25% chance of rain around post time, which will be taking place at 6:20. Field size is 12. There are 12 horses in the race. There was 13, but there's a scratch of number 2, Jonathan's Way, who was 4-1 on the morning line. So one of the favorites got scratched out of this race. Pace scenario, when I looked through this race, the fastest horse, seemingly by far, was the 4 horse East Avenue, the morning line favorite. Some of those front runners or on the pace horses, 1, 3, 9, 12, and 13. 12 has an asterisk because depending on the tactics of the horse, I don't know how close up it's going to be. It might be more of a mid pack horse, but I could see it being upper mid pack, maybe a little bit behind some of the other front runners or pace stalkers. So somewhere up near the front, not further back than mid pack, I don't believe. Mid pack horses, 5, 7, 8, 10, they all have asterisks. I could see them being up closer to the front, but probably a little further back than some of those ones I put in the front slash pace. I wouldn't be surprised if they were more towards the front, but they're definitely not closers in my opinion. So that's kind of how the race is going to shape up. And then your closers coming from last early, I predict the 6 and the 11. So the 4 out in front being followed by 1, 3, 9, 12, 13, and a little behind those in the mix 5, 7, 8, 10, with the 6 and the 11 rounding out the field early. So my top pick is going to be number 4 East Avenue, the 9 to 5 morning line favorite. And I hate to take the favorite, but just in all honesty, this is a horse that I ended up on. For reasons, it's the speed of the speed. I think it's the fastest horse of all the front running types. It drew an inner post, so it should be able to get to the rail easily and save ground without having to cross over too many horses. It looks fastest and should like the distance. The pedigree bodes well for the distance. The sire Medagliadora, routing in its career, had 15 routes, and a route is a mile or more. 8 wins, 7 seconds. So, in all of its route races, the father of East Avenue never ran worse than second. And I did do a Kentucky Derby prospect video on East Avenue where I dive into the not only East Avenue, but the pedigree a little bit more. So you could go check that out if you're interested. The sire Medagliadoro also had 5 wins at this distance. Most of Medagliadoro's wins were at a mile and an eighth, and that horse was also a multiple grade 1 winner, and this race is a grade 2. So as far as the pedigree goes on the sire side, this horse should be talented. The dam sire, so the mother's father of East Avenue, was a horse named Ghost Zapper. Ghost Zapper was 4 for 4 routing, including a win in the 2004 Breeders' Cup Classic at a mile and a quarter distance, so an eighth or a furlong further than this race is. So in terms of breeding, I see no issues why East Avenue shouldn't get the mile and an eighth distance. As of late, East Avenue is coming off a 3 month layoff. Its last race was in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile back in November. And I'm going to forgive that last start where this horse totally missed the break, did not do much running. This horse was the favorite in that race, which was full of talent. And the public thought that this horse was the best in the field, bet him down to 9 to 5 that day. And once the horse missed the break, he just lost all chance of winning, shuffled to the back, and just did not make up any ground. Got lots of dirt kicked in its face and really just the race was turned upside down from the point of view of this horse. So hopefully East Avenue can break out of the gate well this time and show some of that speed that it had in the 2 races prior. Over the last 3 months, East Avenue has had lots of fast 5 furlong workouts. Typically, you'll see 3 and 4 furlong. You'll see a lot of 5 and 6, but the fact that this horse has lots of longer 5 furlong workouts that are fast really bodes well. I think this horse is in good race shape, and I think this horse has always been pointed for the Kentucky Derby, and this was a good comeback race to earn a lot of those points. How will it win? I think this horse, assuming it breaks well, is just going to break from post position 4, so not too far off the rail, get down near the rail, and just set a nice cruising speed. And if any horse challenges him on the front end, I think it's suicide for those other horses. This horse is faster. For another horse to try to keep up stride for stride with this horse, I think anyone else is just going to tire themselves out and allow some other horses to rally from further back in the pack late and pass them. So I'm kind of curious to see which horses are going to be happy and settle for second place to earn some of those Derby points. But East Avenue, I think, just goes to the front and wires this field. Contenders for exotics, again, I have East Avenue on top. For second place, I threw in the 8, 9, or 12, no particular order. And for third or even fourth place, I have the 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Other than East Avenue, it's hard to separate the rest. If East Avenue breaks well, the horse that tries to challenge, again, might cost themselves the race by tiring out. There's still time for more Derby points, so again, I wonder how many horses will settle for the 25 points for second place and some points for third, fourth, and fifth, knowing that they can get one more race before the Kentucky Derby, hopefully to hit that threshold of 50 points total. Some of those underneath horses that I liked most. Number 8, Giacoso. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. 20 to 1 on the morning line. This horse ran his best race on the dirt, staying near the front, making his move into the middle of the race, which was pretty fast early, the first quarter in 23.5 seconds, the half mile at 46.9. And this horse didn't end up fading too badly after trying to make that middle move, as it's called, into that fast pace. Number 9, Built, 5 to 1 on the morning line, which is now the second choice. Has class, ran well in a grade 3 last time out against some talented runners. One was Disco Time and the other Innovator. Built is speedy, versatile, so doesn't need to be on the lead, can stalk the speed and can hang on late, and is also third off of a layoff, which by rule of thumb, horses are usually pretty physically fit, third off of a little break. And number 12, Vamos Carlitos, 30 to 1 on the morning line, is an improving horse, was recently claimed, and gets a top fairgrounds jockey aboard with Florent Giroux, who's winning at 27% at this moment. How I will play this race, I'm thinking about doing a 10-cent superfecta since I do like the big favorite on top. Try to catch some prices in second, third, and fourth. I'm going to go superfecta in first place. I'll take the 4 East Avenue with 8, 9, 12 in second place, with 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 in third place, and those same horses 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 in fourth place, for a total of $6 with that 10-cent minimum. I kept it simple because I can't really narrow down an outcome if East Avenue doesn't run his race. I'm not going to bet some other combinations, maybe where East Avenue runs second. I just think East Avenue stands out from the rest of the field, and if he doesn't run his race, it's sort of a crapshoot at who's going to end up winning. A lot of good horses in this race. I could make a case for many, but I just see the most likely outcome, East Avenue winning, and I like some of these long shots underneath. I have the 2 long shots included in second place that look to have reasons to run well today, and a bit of a mid pack and near the front horses to come in second, with some of the other talented front runners jumping up in class to keep on well enough for third and fourth. Sorry about a little bit of typos here. Kind of in a rush to get this video out, but I think that's just how I'm going to play it. $6 for East Avenue to win with some prices to come in second, hopefully to bump up that payout a little bit. But yeah, that's just how I see the race. I think it's East Avenue's to lose. I'm not going to get too carried away in this race. And if he doesn't win, it's more power to you. If you can come up with the winner, I think you'll get good odds. I think East Avenue will be bet pretty heavily. So I'm just trying to capitalize on some horses that are long shots that I think can run well, hopefully get up for second. But we'll see. I'm keeping it cheap, not going to get too invested, but I did want to have a play for the big race, and I will definitely be tuning in. That's it for this video. That's my pick for the Risen Star. Please like, subscribe, and or share with friends. Share my playlist, How to Read a Racing Form, or Betting on Horse Racing for some newcomers. How to Read a Racing Form, I break down all the components of the racing form, talk about what it's telling you, how you can decipher it, and what it all means. Betting on horse racing, I go over each of the bets, talk about what they are, how to place them, and some things that I look for when I'm placing those bets. So trying to get new fans to the game. So if you know anyone that might be interested in horse racing, please share those videos. Good luck to anyone playing the races. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.